All right, we're ready for the anatomy of a bottom watering, sub-irrigated, or they also call it a self-wicking reservoir planter. So this is the 1 bucket method. What you're gonna need, I try to go as cheap as possible. You're gonna need about a 24-inch piece of PVC pipe. That is going to have either a hole or cut at a 45. Either way, you just don't want it sitting flat on the bottom because it'll fill up with water. That's your fill pipe, right? You don't want that to fill up with water and slowly percolate down. You want the water to go through as fast as possible. I put it in a can, so I drill out the bottom of a can. That is all done with a 1.25 inch bit. So next, you have your cans down there. Those are going to provide water space, and also give support for the. This is a 50-cent plate from Walmart, plastic plate. I find it's nice because it's not so brittle that it breaks when you drill. When you try to cut it, yes, it breaks. So that's where I go with a 3.5-inch hole saw. Makes a pretty good hole in there, 1.25 inch there, and put some additional holes here for drainage in case it rains. In the bottom, I have a net cup that's wrapped in a 1-gallon paint straining bag. And since we're going to be filling from the top and we want a reservoir on the bottom, but we don't want to continue to fill the whole bucket up with water, we have a drain hole down here. So as you fill water from the top, it's going to go down the drain tube into the bottom. These cans, you either can cut a slit in them, or I've actually started to just put a razor knife in there and kind of rotate it. But you want these to be an open cell, like basically a water battery, right? And then this is how it all goes together. I put a little tape here on the fill tube. Let's take the fill tube out and do it the way I usually do instead of trying to do it one-handed with the phone. Here we go. Line those 2 holes up. Get your drain pipe. Put it in here. And then there's barely any space here inside there for dirt and silt and things to wash down in. Now you want to fill this up with a mix of you can use potting soil or container mix. I kind of use my own. I get a bunch of compost. I get some peat moss, mix that in, some vermiculite and some perlite, and you fill it about here, but you really want to pack the bottom in. So some important notes. One is you want your drain hole opposite your fill tube, and you want your drain hole about a little bit off from one of the cans that's going to be inside, so that there is an airspace in there. So that it doesn't saturate the roots. In case this hole gets plugged or partially drains or slowly drains, we don't want the whole bottom to get completely saturated with water. We want the water to slowly wick up. So you're gonna pack your dirt in here, your potting mix in here. That's gonna allow moisture to wick up. It's also going to have your roots that are up here are gonna have to grow down to find nutrients and water way below the surface. So you're only gonna top water this for about a week after you first put your transplants in. After that, you really don't want to top water unless you're putting some kind of water soluble fertilizer in there. And you want to kind of do that around the edges so that it goes down in. When to water on these, you'll be able to tell because it'll be kind of light. I also grow a lot of peppers in here. So the peppers like to be, their roots don't like to be saturated, right? But also if they get too stressed with drought conditions, you don't notice it until they're starting to like fall over, wilting, right? So what I like to do is plant a shard, Swiss chard in the front. Swiss chards is a little less, they have you know, shallower roots. So when they start to wilt, you know that the whole entire assembly. But you'll also be able to pick up the bucket, and you won't have that, you know, gallon and a half of water in the bottom. So it'll be a lot lighter. If it's very light, yeah, top water a little bit, just to get the plant going again, and then use your fill tube and water it out. Another pro tip is always put your handle on the opposite side, right? Because if you put it on the other side of your deal, you're never going to be able to use your handle. So that's basically it. Rundown of parts is 1 bucket, 1 Walmart plate. You can use any kind of like container here, right? So this could be an old I don't know, cottage cheese container, or something like that. I like these. These are designed to be in water. These are designed to be exposed to light, so they're a little more hardy. They won't break down and crumble. But you just want something, if you do use your own container, you're gonna have to put a boatload of holes in it so it can get the water. This is basically going to be sitting in water, so all of the container potting mix stuff is going to have access to it, the whole length of water in there. Any more pro tips? Yeah, no, and then just get ready, because these things grow. Watering here, most season it's maybe once a week. Peak season, 90-degree days and winds and things like that. And when the plant starts to grow really well, it might be twice a week. So I'll do it like on a Monday and a Friday, right? And for me, it's perfect because I'm on the road a lot. So anyway, cans. This one takes 10 cans that sit upright, slit the cans. I usually put this hole down because that just gives water a chance to get out. If you're using 16-ounce cans, you're going to use 6 cans. They're going to be laying on their sides, and you would just slit them in as well. That fits very, very nice. You know, you'll see the plates pop right in there, right? So really the plate is going to be holding it up, but I do like to have that additional support from the bottom. From this one has 10 cans. I probably could do it with 3 cans. This one has 6 cans. That's probably necessary, but you know, it's in there. You kind of can't crush the cans. It basically stops itself on the perfect fit of this. As far as tooling, these step bits are stupid awesome. You can get these at Harbor Freight for like $10 for a 2-pack, $16 for a 2-pack, something like that. The big spend is going to be your 2 bits, right, for putting out the holes. But when you have these, they just last forever. So you'll only have to buy them once, maybe $30, maybe $16. So pretty good method. I've had very good luck. I think I'm going to be up to 50 buckets this year, and harvested like 30 pounds of peppers my first year of doing this. Looking to hit the 50 to 60 pound pepper mark this year. Anyway, peace.